What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Stock Holiday, right back at you again with the latest and the greatest in these cryptocurrency markets. Do me a quick favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Now let's get into it. Don't believe nothing they say. Don't believe them. These people are trying to manipulate us. They've been continuing to manipulate us with these large institutions in our space. You have some of these cryptocurrency projects, they are right in on it. Politicians are trying to feed us a whole bunch of opium. You have to be careful what it is that you are listening to when they continue to tell us what we should believe. You take a look at where we at right now. Bitcoin $69,100. Bitcoin dominance is starting to slide just a little bit. We're at 58.32. The fear and greed index is at 8. We know a few days ago we saw the fear and greed index at 5. Ethereum got back above $2,000 with 2,087, but who knows what it will be tonight or tomorrow. Ethereum dominance 10.62. Solana's back at $87, XRP $1.42. So these are some of the things that we are seeing. We know recently we did see Bitcoin crash all the way down to $60,000. That caused a bunch of panic, a bunch of fear, as if there wasn't already enough FUD in the cryptocurrency market. Then boom, we get hit with this. Well, Bitcoin down 15% in one day. Bitcoin losing its underwear all in one day, going down to $60,000. So if you take a look at all of the previous bear market bottoms, it has always dipped below the 200-week moving average. What a 200-week moving average for this particular cycle will place us about $57,000, $58,000. We touched $60,000. So we did test the 200-week moving average. Was that enough to be considered the bottom? Previously, it has always dipped below the bottom, not just touched or crossed, it went below. So we go back to the previous cycle of 2021. We know the all-time high was hit in November 2021 at $69,000. 7 months later, Bitcoin crossed below the 200-week moving average in June of 2022, where we're only 4 months deep into after Bitcoin has crossed or had its all-time high in October of 2025. Now we're in February 2026. That's only 4 weeks. It's only 4 months, versus last cycle, it was 7 months. November 2021 all the way to June 2022, when Bitcoin crossed below its 200-week moving average. That right there was just a signal to let us know, okay, it's in this area. So when did the bottom actually hit? In 2022. Well, we know June 2022, that's when the 200-week moving average was crossed. At that particular time, the price of Bitcoin was $30,000. So you're talking about going from 69,000 all-time high 2021, when Bitcoin crossed the 200-week moving average, it was $30,000 price for Bitcoin in June 2022. Well, that was not the actual bottom. Bitcoin continued to drip. Bitcoin continued to tank even after that. After it hit $30,000, Bitcoin went on and on to continue to drop, to dip, hitting $16,000 in December of 2022, going 13 months from the previous all-time high to the actual bottom of the new Bitcoin price. So you take a look at where we're at right now, you say, is this the bottom? Was that $60,000 level enough that we saw a few days ago? Well, according to what happened last cycle, that don't seem to have been enough. But if it was, we were still dollar cost averaging during that dip, because it's always a what if. And things change, things move. Currently, we're only 4 months after the all-time high. Bitcoin did test the 200-week moving average at $60,000. We did need it to hit $57,000, $58,000. And according to last cycle, it may need to go below $57,000 price for Bitcoin. So if you take a look at the drop to $51,000, that's about 60% if we drop 60% down from all-time high. Hitting $60,000, that only put us about 50% down. Last cycle, we were down about 75%. We understand the laws of diminishing return. Each cycle, the percentages are not as drastic. But do you think we're going to go from 76 drop to a 50% drop, or will we be something like 60% as far as the laws of diminishing return? And if that's the case, a 60% drop from the all-time high, Bitcoin $126,000, will place us about $51,000. We still have not touched the $50,000 range. So I do think, based on these few bullet points, that we do have to visit the $50,000 range. If we do, guess what we're going to be doing? We're going to, if it gets below, we already dollar cost averaged in that $60,000. The next time I'll be DCAing it will have to go below $55,000. Bitcoin get below $50,000, I'm going to take a look at Bitcoin. I'm going to take a look at the altcoins and decide where my next DCA level will be at. Because we just don't know where the bottom is, but we have to be ready. We have to be prepared to dollar cost average as we see these nasty dips, because the dip that we saw, it shocked and surprised us, but it's probably not over. We probably will see another day like that to where Bitcoin is going to bleed out. 2022 bear market, we saw this exact same thing. We'll see Bitcoin bleed out one day, then it'll recover. We'll get a little bit of hopium, and then that thing will bleed out again. If we have any inkling of similarities of 2022, we are not done. It is far from over. So just continue to brace yourself, seatbelts on, helmets on. Continue to try to keep as much dry powder on the side as you can. If I got $100 dry powder, if I see a dip, I'm not going to put the whole $100 in. I'll probably put $40 in, and then keep $60 to the side in case I have to keep dry powder to the side for another dip. So moving accordingly. The market sentiment right now is all over the place. The market sentiment is very ugly right now. I'm talking about, this is probably as bad as we've seen it since the COVID crash of March 2020. The confidence in cryptocurrency is very low. So you ask yourself, well, the COVID crash, March 2020, we did see a V-shaped recovery. We did see us come out of that crevice, come out of that dip, and start to form a V-shaped recovery. Yeah, but you also have to think about, during the March 2020 COVID crash, what helped cryptocurrency and Bitcoin come out of that dip? The government. The government was pushing the economy to get back up with the stimulus, with the various interest rate cuts. I mean, they were cutting interest rates multiple times per month to get the economy back infused with capital, with cash. I'm talking about the money printers were turned on 24 hours a day during the COVID crash. So that right there solidified and gives us reason why the V-shaped recovery occurred back in the 2020 COVID crash. But you take a look at right now, what case could we see that could cause a V-shaped recovery, that could stimulate the economy, that could really cause more capital to come back into the market, especially when the sentiment of Bitcoin is very low? I'm talking about the trust levels of cryptocurrency is not the best right now. People are not really feeling cryptocurrency. Even people who've been in cryptocurrency for years, people who have loved cryptocurrency, are not loving cryptocurrency anymore. So the excitement is just not there anymore. The love for cryptocurrency is just not there anymore. Then on top of that, you have the stock market worries that everybody is kind of worried about, because we just don't know when the roof of the stock market is going to cave in. Nothing goes up in a straight line. The stock market has been kicking butt. Last Friday or Thursday, we made another all-time high for the stock market. I'm talking about, people are nervous. They're nervous because it just seems too good to be true. And typically when things get like that, that's when the roof starts to cave in. That's when things start to collapse. And if the stock market collapses, you know what's going to happen to poor cryptocurrency. So would that be the push to get us well below that 200-week moving average? Would that be the push to place us 65% drop from the 126,000 all-time high Bitcoin, placing us $45,000, $50,000 Bitcoin? These are some of the things we have to place on our bulletin board, our vision board. These are some of the things that we have to um, understand that these are the possibilities. The fear and greed index right now is back at 8. We know we did see it at 5 a few days ago. So the fear and greed index could continue to be in extreme fear for months. Yeah, we seen Bitcoin go down to $60,000. It came back up, maybe hit 72. Then we're back at 69. That's typically what we'll probably be seeing. We'll probably be seeing sideways action. 69,000, 65, it dipped down to 62, bounced back up to 65, 66, just sideways action in this particular range before we may see our next crash, which will place us down in the 50% or the $50,000 Bitcoin level. So as far as Bitcoin pumping, getting back to $100,000, having an ultimate V-shaped recovery, I don't really see it. Would that be great? That'd be nice. But as far as the other things that are surrounding cryptocurrency, even as far as you take a look at the 4-year Bitcoin cycle, it really is not in the readings for us to explode in 2026. Where the all-time high was just in 2025. Typically, after you see your all-time high, sometimes you just sit and soak and marinate in a bear market. Will that be what 2026 will deliver to us, where we'll just be trading sideways in a bear market, wondering if we're going to come out, wondering if we're going to go lower, wondering what a bottom is? Where should I be dollar cost averaging at? I'm talking about fear, uncertainty, and doubt all over the place. But at the same time, you're going to be hearing the large institutions are going to be feeding us stuff. They're going to be feeding us various narratives, trying to get us to buy in, give us the various pump fakes. Boom, take this. Here's the clarity at it. Price go up, people start to FOMO in, they take it all back away. You say, hold up, man, but that's why I say you have to be careful what it is that they are telling you. Be careful what it is that you're believing. Don't believe them. They do not have our best interests in hand. And some of these cryptocurrency altcoin developers, you have to be careful what they are telling you, because they want us to pump their bag so they can exit. And we're sitting there once again holding their bags, and they're telling us, oh, it's going to come back. Oh, we're doing this. We got this new platform. We got this new partnership. This is not financial advice. Anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell any crypto. This video is strictly for educational and entertainment purposes only. Before investing into anything, please consult with a professional financial advisor. So you, as the CEO of your own portfolio, you have to figure out what it is that you will be running with. You have to figure out where your dollar cost average levels are. Spoke to one fellow yesterday. He said, Coach, I took profits. I said, what? He said, yeah, I took profits. I bought when the price was very low. I forgot which coin he said he bought, but he said it's up 50%. He took profits. I said, man, I will never down anyone who taking profits. So he said, look, this time I'm going to take my little bit of profits here and there. I'm not going to be greedy. I still got my bags set aside, but the purchases I just did, that little DCA, he said one of his coins was up 50%. Boom, he said he took that out. The 50% he made, he took that out. So different strategies. It's always money to be made. Even in a bear market, you can make money. Of course, it's easy to make money in a bull market. That is what we love. That is what we're waiting on, the doggone bull market. Altcoin season especially is what we would love to see. But it's going to be a time factor. Patience is going to be needed once again. I mean, you have to have ultimate patience to be in cryptocurrency. Otherwise, you'll exit. Otherwise, you would have been gone. If your patience level and your patience tolerance is not up to par, this is not for you. If you're not emotionally stable enough, trust me, don't download the cryptocurrency app. You do not want to play with cryptocurrency if your emotions are not the strongest, if your emotions are not the best. So we're going to continue to rock and roll. We're going to continue to watch this doggone market. Who knows what will be delivered to us tonight, tomorrow, next week, so forth and so on. But we are here for it. We're going to continue to watch it, and we will continue to dominate accordingly. So come on over there. Join us in the Patreon. We have a great and awesome cryptocurrency community. But like I say, I just continue to come to you guys every day just to continue to give you that good encouragement. Coming to you guys every day to give you that good motivation. And that's all I got for you on this one. It's your boy, Stock Holiday. And I'm out.